Well, it's official. SMU, Cal, and Stanford have officially joined the ACC. What does this mean? Let's first talk about the financials, because that is ultimately what's driving the ship. Cal and Stanford choosing to enter the ACC at just a 30% rate of what the other ACC schools will ultimately get. And then SMU willing to forego 9 years of conference revenue distribution just to align themselves with a Power 5 league. That's mind-blowing in and of itself. The fact that SMU has pockets and supporters that can carry the entire athletic budget for the next 9 years. Why did they decide to do this? You can tell me that geography is completely out the window. It is. It's geography in college sports is completely over with. But there is strength in numbers. That's ultimately why Cal and Stanford and SMU, we know why SMU wanted to go. It's a step up in competition. It's a step up as far as the perception of where their program is going to end up. But there is strength in numbers for Stanford and Cal, and for the ACC schools. There were 15 schools that voted on this, 12-3 in favor of adding the aforementioned schools. There was one school that flipped. I don't know exactly who that school is. Hopefully that information will be made available to us here in the very near future. There is strength in numbers, though. So in the instance in which Florida State, Clemson, North Carolina, and North Carolina State, those are the four that it's been documented that they've been unhappy. In the instance in which they actually leave, well, the remaining schools in the ACC will still have very high-quality academic institutions that they can align with, and still at that point, will the ACC be considered a Power 5 league? I don't know. I don't know if that conversation is necessary at the moment, but they clearly recognize that there was a lot of value in adding 3 more to the ACC footprint. What does this mean for the Olympic sports? We obviously cover college football. I don't like the travel that exists already in college football, but I digress. I think it's also valuable for ESPN. ESPN owns exclusive rights to the ACC. Now, because of what's gone down in the West Coast, because USC, UCLA, Oregon, and Washington have all left, now you have that 10:30 Eastern window that is a really valuable window. The Big Ten and Fox currently occupy that window with Pac-12 after dark. Well, now you have a presence out there, at least a little bit, if you're one of the television networks. But this is a very interesting move. The timing is even more interesting because it's going to be effective in the 24-25 school year. So we're just a year away from having complete conference realignment. Are we done? I don't know. I really don't know. But this is, I think, a really good move for Stanford and Cal, an amazing move for SMU, and I think a move for the ACC that could stand to be beneficial down the road.